Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something real. When she comes back, when she suddenly remembers your worth after walking away, the most powerful thing you can do is stay calm. See, too many people lose their power because they let emotions run the show. But real strength, real maturity, real confidence, it lives in your silence. It lives in how you carry yourself when the world tests your peace. Power comes from control, not reaction. When life shakes you, when emotions rise, when someone who once broke your heart suddenly reappears, your first instinct might be to respond. You want to prove something. You want to say everything you never got to say, but true power is not in reacting. It's in holding your peace when the world expects you to break. You see, control is what separates strength from weakness. Anyone can react, anyone can lash out or show emotion in the heat of the moment, but it takes discipline to stay grounded, to remain calm, and to respond with wisdom instead of impulse. When you control your emotions, you control the outcome. You send a message that no one can pull you out of your character, no matter how much they try. When she left, maybe she expected you to chase, to argue, to fall apart. Maybe she believed your emotions would guide your actions, but you took that pain and turned it into focus. You learned that power isn't about having the last word. It's about knowing when to say nothing. When she comes back and sees that calm in your eyes, that quiet confidence in your energy, she'll realize that you've changed. The old version of you might have reacted, but this version has grown. You're not seeking control over her or the situation. You're mastering control over yourself. That's real power. Every time you choose peace over reaction, you take your power back. You stop letting others dictate your mood, your decisions, your direction. The person who stays calm in the storm is the one who commands the storm. And the truth is, people respect calm energy. They may not admit it, but they feel it. When you can stand in front of someone who once triggered you and you no longer feel the urge to defend yourself, you've evolved. You've reached a level of maturity where you understand that not every action deserves a reaction. Control doesn't mean suppression, it means awareness. You feel the emotions, you acknowledge them, but you don't let them control you. You take a deep breath and let silence do the talking. Because silence in the right moment is the loudest response you can give. It says, I've learned, I've healed. I don't need to fight to prove my worth. And the moment you stop fighting for validation, you become untouchable. Life will always test your control. People will try to trigger you. Situations will push your limits. But your power lies in choosing how to respond. Every time you remain calm in chaos, you're training your mind to operate above emotion. You're teaching yourself that peace is worth more than being right. You're proving that real strength isn't in what you can destroy, but in what you can endure without losing your balance. So when she comes back, remember this. Power is not found in how loud you speak, but in how steady you remain. Control is your crown, and calm is your weapon. When she returns after leaving you behind, the most powerful move you can make is silence. Silence is not emptiness, it's strength in disguise. When you stay calm and quiet, you allow your actions, your energy, and your growth to speak louder than any words ever could. People often mistake silence for weakness, but it's actually one of the greatest signs of emotional intelligence. It shows that you've reached a place where you no longer need to prove your worth or explain your value. When she walks back into your life, expecting the same old version of you, the one who would talk, plead, and try to fix everything, let your calm presence be your message. You don't need to announce how much you've changed. She will feel it in the way you no longer react the same. When she comes back, she'll be curious. She'll want to know if she still has that effect on you, if she can still stir your emotions like before. But when she sees that your silence carries peace instead of pain, it will make her question everything. Silence is confusing to someone who once had control over your emotions. It makes them wonder what changed. That's when they realize the power shift. You're no longer emotionally dependent on their attention or validation. You've taken your power back simply by refusing to engage in the old patterns. Calmness becomes your boundary. Silence doesn't mean you don't care. It means you've learned that not every emotion deserves to be expressed. It means you've matured enough to know that peace is more valuable than being heard in chaos. Sometimes saying nothing is saying everything. When you stay quiet, you allow time to reveal the truth. You let your energy reflect the lessons you've learned, the pain you've survived, and the peace you've built. That calmness tells her that you've reached a level where her presence or absence no longer defines you. You see, when you react emotionally, you hand your power away. You show that the other person still controls your mood, still has the ability to disturb your peace. But when you stay calm, you communicate one powerful truth. You are in charge of yourself now. You have become emotionally independent. That calm energy is something people can feel. It's magnetic, mysterious, and intimidating at the same time. It doesn't chase, it doesn't beg, it doesn't explain. It just exists with quiet confidence. When she talks, let her words flow, but don't feel the need to fill the silence. Just listen. Let her feel the weight of your stillness. That silence says, I'm not angry, I'm not bitter, I've just outgrown the noise. When you stay calm and let silence do the talking, it makes her realize the difference between the man she left and the man who stands before her now. That silence becomes your proof of strength, your armor of peace, and your loudest statement of self-control. Don't chase what already walked away. When someone decides to leave, when they choose to let go of you, chasing them only teaches them that they can come and go as they please. It tells them that no matter what they do, you'll always be there waiting. But the truth is, love isn't supposed to be begged for. It's supposed to be mutual. Chasing someone who already made a choice to walk away only drains your energy and kills your peace. You lose yourself trying to hold on to someone who's already gone emotionally. When you stop chasing, you stop surrendering your power. You allow the universe to show you what's meant for you and what isn't. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do when they walk away is to stand still and let them go without looking back. When she leaves, let her. It's hard, but you have to understand that anyone who truly values you won't risk losing you. The moment someone walks away, they've made a decision that you didn't force. Respect that decision. When you chase, You tell them that their absence means more than your self-respect. But when you stay still, calm, and composed, you send a different message. You show them that you love yourself enough not to beg for anyone's attention. Chasing doesn't bring people closer. It pushes them further because it shows desperation, not strength. People are drawn to what's hard to get, what's rare, and what values itself. When you stop chasing, you create space for respect to grow. You teach others that your presence is earned, not demanded, and if she realizes what she lost, she'll have to come back differently. Not because you begged her to, but because your silence and peace made her see your worth. When you stop running after people, you stop giving them the power to play with your emotions. You begin to understand that what leaves you is not a loss. It's redirection. Sometimes rejection is just protection in disguise, saving you from a situation that would have drained you even more. When you no longer chase, your energy changes. You stop feeling anxious about who's staying or leaving. You become content knowing that what's meant for you will always find its way back. You attract peace instead of chaos, love instead of confusion. People feel that shift. They sense that you no longer operate from fear of losing someone, but from the strength of knowing your value, and that's when everything starts to change. Those who once took you for granted begin to notice your absence because they no longer feel your energy chasing them. The moment you stop chasing is the moment you start attracting what truly aligns with you. The person who left may come back, but by then you'll realize you no longer need them the same way. You'll see that peace feels better than chasing someone who never valued your effort. So don't chase what already walked away. Let them go with grace and keep your power where it belongs, with you. Calmness confuses regret. When someone who once walked away sees you calm, peaceful, and unbothered, it shakes them in a way nothing else can. They expected anger, arguments, or desperation, but instead they're met with stillness. That calmness makes them question everything. Your silence becomes louder than any words you could have said. It's not that you stopped caring, it's that you learned to protect your peace. When you stay calm in front of someone who once hurt you, it sends a message that you've healed, that their actions no longer have power over you. Calmness is control, and that control makes them regret what they lost. Regret is a powerful feeling because it grows in silence. When she comes back expecting drama and instead finds peace, it forces her to reflect. She starts to remember the version of you that used to fight for her, that used to beg for her attention, and now she sees a person who's no longer emotionally available for the same games. That calm energy becomes something she can't ignore. It makes her wonder how she lost access to your heart so completely. She might even try to provoke you just to see if you still care, but when you remain calm, she realizes that her old ways no longer work. That realization creates a deep sense of regret, the kind that lingers. Calmness isn't indifference, it's evolution. It's reaching a place where you no longer seek closure because you found it within yourself. It's the moment when your inner peace becomes more valuable than proving your point. When she sees you moving with that quiet confidence, smiling without trying to prove anything, it bothers her more than any words could. That calmness reflects strength, and strength always exposes weakness in those who try to break you. People don't expect calm after chaos. They expect bitterness, anger, or revenge. But when they see peace instead, it unsettles them. You see, regret grows when they realize they can't affect you anymore. It starts to dawn on them that the same silence they once interpreted as weakness is actually your shield. They remember how much power they used to have over your emotions and how easily they could get a reaction. Now that reaction is gone, and with it, their control. That's when they feel regret, not because of what happened, but because they see what they can never have again. Your calmness becomes a mirror that shows them the consequences of their actions. When you choose calm over chaos, you take back your energy. You stop feeding the cycle of drama, and you show that your peace matters more than being understood. People regret losing calm souls because they realize how rare that peace was. The moment they see you standing firm, smiling without resentment, they understand that they didn't just lose a person, they lost access to the peace that came with you. Calmness confuses regret because it shows that you've risen above the pain, and nothing unsettles someone more than realizing they can no longer disturb your peace. Your peace is your greatest strength. When you've been through heartbreak, disappointment, and loss, the one thing you learn is that nothing in this world is worth trading your peace for. Peace is not something you find by accident. It's something you fight for, build, and protect. When she left, it hurt, but that pain taught you how valuable peace truly is. You began to understand that no amount of love, attention, or validation is worth your inner calm. Peace is not the absence of noise. It's the control you have within the noise. It's the ability to stand firm while everything around you tries to shake you. When you reach that place of peace, no one's behavior can break you the way it once did. When she comes back and sees that you're no longer the same, that you're calm, composed, and centered, it makes her realize that you've found something she can't take from you anymore. Your peace. You no longer argue to be understood or explain yourself to be accepted. You've learned that peace is found in letting go of what disturbs you, not holding